Welcome to my online workshop for the month. I'm trying to do this monthly, so in my special group, Stamping for Online Workshops and Events, it's a VIP group so that you can join in my workshops and you get some special deals and sharing, some group participation, and get some tips and things like that through this group. So I hope you enjoy this event and share it with others so that they too can enjoy this free workshop. I hope that you get lots of inspiration in what I share. You are with Stamping Flair. That is my business page. And my name is Rochelle Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia, in a town called Blind Bight, which is in the southeastern suburbs of Victoria. Now, please say hi to me. Let me know who is here. I'd love to know your name, where you're from. And when I do post this on YouTube, please let me know if you're watching on replay, what you've loved about this video. Share it with your friends. It's nice when you can share some fun things and informative things that could help others. So I hope you join me, and if you want, as I share measurements and things like that, you can craft along with me. Now, firstly, I wonder if you can guess what I'm going to work with today, if I've given you any clues at all, while I am just hopping on to see who's live with me. Just bear with me. I'm just giving you a chance to get on the group, and make sure everything's technically okay, because sometimes things can go wrong and not quite work right. So making sure we're on live, and then you can see this post. I think we're all good to go. I see some of you there, so please say hi to me. I will try and answer any questions as we go along, and give me some guesses as to what you think we might be working on today. If you haven't filled in the door prize form already, please fill in that door prize form. I have a gift or a prize for you, so you can join in that fun as well. Now, I'm in my group page. I am working with the strawberry bundle, which is a 100 points if you guess that right, which is the sweet strawberry stamp set and the punch. I'm sorry if I am frozen. I may be frozen. It's showing that I may be, but maybe I'm continuing. It seems like good to go. All right. So the sweet strawberry bundle, which is the strawberry builder punch, which is lovely with the stamp set, but I will also incorporate the DSP, which is the designer series paper or pattern paper, which is in the mini catalog, which is in the celebration catalog, and this is a free bundle with the berry blessing stamp set. So I'm going to turn the camera over so you can see all these products and enjoy them. I've got 4 projects to share with you today. So this is the sweet strawberry builder bundle. So that is in your mini catalog, and that's on page 44 if you want to have a look. And the bundle is $55.75, and if you buy it as a bundle, of course you're saving it at 10%. Always anything in a bundle where it has the little mark there in that green scallop circle or the starburst is 10%. The other bundle that I'm going to use is a free bundle. and that comes with any purchase of $180. You will get it for free. It's the Berry Blessing stamp set and the coordinating designer series paper, which I'm going to be using on all my projects today. It is a lot of fun, that designer series paper, and it's really cute and cheerful. So I think you will like it. It might be on your wish list. I've got to say I've got a few packs of that. So the first card I've got for you, this is a very simple fun fold, but I think it's good to have some simple fun folds to create things quickly and simply and in a rush, which will give you lots of nice results. So that's our little card, which opens up like that. And thanks, Beck, for giving me that it's going all well. Thank you. It's always good to know that things are transmitting well. Sometimes technology, I tell you what, I think you're good to go, but it's not. So I've taken a piece of A4 cardstock and I've just cut it at the 10.5 mark. So you're getting a full length of cardstock. And then I'm going to score it at 14.8. So that's with our trimmer, the gray, which you might be able to see there. The gray blade is for scoring, sorry. And you just score it at the 14.8 mark. This is Pacific Point cardstock. Now I'm going to cut it at 7.4, so half of 14.8. So I'll trim that down to 7.4. So I'm going to take that off. And that's going to form the front of my card. So any orders today that are over $50, you will get all 4 cards, the cardstock and everything to make those cards in a kit sent out to you. So any orders over $50, any orders over $90 is going to get you a free celebration stamp set. If your order reaches $100, I will throw in the opal rounds, which I'll show you. It's these pretty embellishments, which I'll be using on my projects today. You will receive them for free for orders over $100. So that is a special for today. And so I've already cut up my designer series paper and my cardstock. So the DSP there is 9.9 by 14.2, which is my standard cut for layering there. And the beauty of double-sided paper, you can use that. They're both pretty on both sides. Hi, Joy. How's everyone going? And then I've got 2 pieces at 9.9 by 6.8. Just bringing in my bond folder to just give it a good score there. And basically all I'm doing is sticking that down there. So that's just the reverse of that same DSP. I was very excited for this workshop. I haven't done one in a while online like this, and I was doing it and then I hadn't got around to it. It's a bit of fun preparing cards like this and sharing it with everyone. I love this DSP. It's just really, I think it's just got some lovely colors, and some of them, like Pacific Point, is not a color that's I use often, so it's nice to be able to use that. Hi, Nala. Good to see everyone here. Really nice. So now I'm just going to add this crinkle seam binding ribbon, I think it's called. Is it called seam binding? I could be wrong. I know it's a crinkle ribbon. Well, I like white ribbon. You can color it up. So if you are on a budget, everybody is on some type of budget. Sometimes we blow the budget with craft supplies, but if you are limited to what you can get, if you get a white ribbon, you can just color it up to suit your projects, either with stamping blends or with a sponge dauber or something, or with the blending brushes to ink it up. This is not going to happen for me today. So that's the beauty of the white. And it's the same with those opal rounds. You can color them a lot. I've done that for a few projects. They're good. So I've just added some tear and tape on the back, and then I'm just going to stick that with some dimensionals. Now to make it more secure, I will put a dimensional on the back. Normally you'd glue that down. So I've added the dimensionals on the back there, and then to make sure that I don't go over where you can see it, I'll just put 2 dimensionals on here. Then I know it's within that frame, so to speak. Just a little bow tied separately. I always like tying my bows separately, just gives me a little bit more control of it. Then I drop it. There we go. Glue dot. Just pick up your glue dot with the bow is easier. Stick it down. Now I have pre-cut label. I'm going to show you how to use the die cutting machine just on one, so you have an idea. So I'll move this all to the side. And for these set of cards, I've mainly used the hippo dies because I just love the labels on them. And I've used one Tasteful Labels die, but I've mainly used the hippo dies. I'm just going to cut a bit. I'm just using our mini stamping cut and emboss machine. Hope I'm within frame there, but check that. Yep. Okay, so this is a really handy machine for on the go, and it's good for me when I do my lives as well. I don't always have to bring that big machine over. Easy to move around. I should do this standing up, it's easier. And that's just how you, with the die cutting, how it works. Put that away so I don't lose it. If you don't put it away, it gets lost. Now I'm taking Night of Navy because I just picked up on the colors. I try to pick up on the colors within the designer series paper. It just makes life easier. You can branch out from that, but it just is easier like that. It says wishing you the very best. Let's see whether I'm not straight. Here's one I have cut earlier. I did cut one earlier. Maybe I have to cut another one. Just had a feeling that wouldn't ink up. Yeah, that's the one. warmish today. I don't know why. It wasn't meant to be. It's warmish. Then the next I'm gonna do is some of these little leaves, just to put it upside down for you, just to fill in some of that gap there. It's just nice to have a bit of a look around it, something interesting to look at. So I'm gonna use purples as I find that just a more neutral, bit of a lighter shade of color. You could even use, I might have even used granny apple, but I just wanted to show you the different shades of green you can use. This has like nice, you can even use just jade, shaded spruce, granny apple green, few greens that you can match on that. It's good. Then let's use some dimensionals. We like dimensionals. Oh, they're stuck together. They'll never come apart. You know that. They're stuck for good. Okay. So bring back our card. And we'll stick that down. There. For the inside of the card, I've got a bit of whisper white, basic white. I keep calling it whisper white. I can't get out of that habit. It's terrible. We don't have whisper white anymore. It's basic white. And I hadn't done anything on inside, but I think it would be nice just to add a bit of the leaf. Maybe one on the other side, just because we can. I have cut this a little bit smaller than my original, like the front, so that you don't have to make sure that it lines up exactly, and then you're not bound to worry about that sizing and hiding it and things like that. You have a little bit of room or leeway. So for that white, I did it 10 by 7. And it just gives me that little bit of room to space it out a bit. I can always move it a little bit. You can't see it under. Alright, so that's that card done. And then I've shown you how to, I had done the original envelope differently, but let's decorate this envelope nicely. I just done a strip there. There's different ways to do this. I'll do this one in this manner, which is nice. With the 12 by 12s, this is a nice way to do it because you have that space, like the length. You can't really do it with the 6 by 6 for this. You can do it on the note cards and envelopes, it works. But it's too, the 6 by 6 is way too small for that. Looks professional. I'm checking comments slowly, guys, slowly. Not all the time, but I am. Has anyone bought more than one pack of these DSP and ended up with more stamp sets? Me. Makes the envelope nice and thick too. Let me do this. I mean, the envelopes are nice and thick already, but just makes it extra thick. Doesn't that look nice? I think so. It's very beautiful. There you go. That's the first one. So let's clean our stamp sets, our stamps, get it all ready for the next one. So that's our Berry Blessing stamp set, which I've used on that. That's the free one. So you get the designer series paper as well. That's a bundle. Let's do the next one, which uses the same stamp set. And another easy one. All my cards are just quite simple, and I've written all the dimensions there for you, so I might pop them up later. Trying to make maximum use of this beautiful designer series paper. So I've got a thick basic white card base, which I've scored in half. I fold that a bit better because I haven't got a clean fold on that. And let's see whether that covers it. If not, I will trim the edges off of that. And the first thing I'm going to do is just stick that down directly on that. And then I will give that, I might get a better card for this one. If not, we can just trim that down. Let's trim it down once I've stuck it on. I can work around that, I'll show you. We're just covering it up. So again, I've used the back and the front of the same DSP. So in this case, because my card, I haven't folded it like 100% correctly. So one side is a little bit longer than the other. No problems. We will just, and you can see that that's slightly out. So let's straighten that up like that. And I would just take a notch of that. And sometimes I don't overly worry about the back being off, because when the person receives the card, they don't forget the back. But in this case, I will, because that is slightly out, and you can see that because I have trimmed the card down. So I'll just go like that. Sometimes it's easier to use your snips than trying to get that to match 100%. Depending how straight I cut it, or how annoyed I get when I cut it and if it's not straight. And the pattern covers that up. So then the next thing I'm going to do is, so that's the back, front, same DSP. So this is just a 4.8 by 14.8. Again, I'll probably have to trim that down. So I'm going to make sure, so because I'll cut that down to a bit, so it's 14.5. So let's stick that down and then I'll trim it. This is Rich Raspberry cardstock. So generally my card would be 14.8 by 10.5, but because of my mess up with my fold, I've had to adjust. let's bring this back, my trimmer. I'm just going to cut it a little bit wider than I think it's going to be. I don't want to go too short, and then I can always trim off excess. Next I will bring in a sponge dauber. I do like my sponge daubers, and lately I have been using the the blending brushes a lot too. Sponge daubers are good for even smaller sections as well. So, you know how I said with white ribbon, you can do a lot. So, we don't have like a ribbon that matches this in Rich Razzleberry. So what I did, I first did the length I needed for a cross. And I'm being too particular how I did this. So just take a Rich Razzleberry. My ink pad looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? I don't know what happened to that. And however light or dark you want, you can add color. You can add the color on the back as well. It's quite a rich color, isn't it? When you add it, it looks very regal. I'm not going to put that away because I still want to do my bow when I do that. So again, with the ribbon, I just want to tie it round, not tie like my mock tie. So we're halfway through celebration. Can you believe it? It's end of January today. It's our daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Michaela. She'll be coming down next week to celebrate. So it's end of celebration, and halfway through celebration. So we have one more month for you to take advantage of all the awesome offerings of celebration. You can split it up over little bits and pieces, or you can do one massive order and take advantage of that free stamp set you're gonna get if your order reaches over 500. You can have a Facebook party or an in-house party where I come, or I can do the Facebook party, invite some friends. You don't have to have it. Like Facebook parties don't take much. You just invite everybody on Facebook and just say, come for a party, and I'll just do a maybe 1.5 hour style workshop, and we just have a party online. I've been to some of them. You don't have to do anything. You just enjoy your time and don't have to dress up, no makeup, nothing. Just turn up in front of a screen. So now I'm tying my bow, and I do it like this. It's a bit trickier. You can color your ribbon first and then do your bow. I just do this because then I know how much ribbon I need. Approximately 25 centimeters will be the length you need. That's just to give yourself enough room to tie the bow. I just like to always give myself extra instead of trying to fiddle. And if you don't give yourself enough, you end up having to throw the ribbon because you didn't have enough. That's me anyway. Better to give extra than going crazy and stressing yourself out, because we don't want to stress out. We're doing craft. I like it in the dark shade too. It's like it's a different depth of color in this card I'm doing now. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll color it a bit more. So that's rich raspberry I have used on that. This is a little bit, the ink might not stick onto that glue dot straight away, so just persevere. If not, this is what I would do. Just take it and put it on there, and it's not sticking because it's on my finger, but it does stick because that's how I did the other one. And then I put another one under this layer just to make it more secure, and it's still hiding it. I can see a bit of white. But if you wanted to color the length of ribbon before you tie a bow, you can do that, and that's approximately 25 centimeters. That's what I would do. Now, this is another Hippo Dies label. I have cut two in the same size because the next size up was just a touch too big, I felt, and I didn't want that big. It just wasn't right for layering for me. So we'll take this sentiment down here. You always have a way of making my day. Some nice sentiment. Bring in my piercing mat because they're photopolymer stamps. It gives a lovely crisp image when you use that. It's spongy. And always when you ink up, this is just fits right in. It doesn't look like it will, but it does. Hold your stamp for a few seconds. Just let the ink transfer nicely and gives you a nice image. Now for this layering, it is a bit of a funny shape, should I say. Not that it's a funny shape, but when you try to layer, you sort of go, oh, what do I do? So I just wanted that bit. So you basically lose most of your label. But we can try this. Let's try it. Because that's what I tried first. And let's see whether it looks okay. We'll try it like that. It looks okay like that. So see, we always try different ways. So it's completely different to what I did the first time around. So I didn't like it how I did it the first time, and I layered it differently. Doesn't look too bad like that. Just gives you a bit of options when you use your labels like this. I'm a bit of a layering girl. I just love layering. And then I will do that. I'm just thinking to myself. Can you hear? Right. Let's see. And we just put a bit of glue there. And this. So my initial one, I chopped off most of it, the green, right? The pep pizzazz. I took off right up to there. You will see the difference. I will show you. So that's the difference. So I've just left a teeny weeny bit there. So there's no layering showing there. But I think it looks quite nice with that extra bit there. So there's a couple of options there how to layer that. Now again, because I want to make sure this is all secure, I will put a couple in there. It holds that together. These are very sticky today. Extra sticky. Maybe because my fingers are sticky. They're usually sticky. Okay, so we'll just put that. These are the layouts I'm using are just some of those classic layouts. You can just use it for different things. So these dimensionals are sticking onto everything. Okay, so these opals are with the sand and sea sweet, but I am using it for this. Beauty of this is you can color them in. Take your big tool. I just got another one delivered in my last order because I decided I needed more of them. So it's good to have another one or two. Good. Right, now that's that. You will get this set free, a set of opal rounds with your order of $100 or more. Plus, if your order is over 50, I will give you all 4 cards we make today, the kits to make them. So everything you need will be supplied to make those cards. You will need the stamp sets, so I cannot provide any stamp image. So you'll get the cardstock, the cut DSP, whatever I can with the labels. You will need your own stamp, your image stamps, because I won't be able to provide them. And we have a sauce and envelope. This is a great way to use up your scratch DSP. There's always DSP left over, and just lovely to decorate your envelope like that. So I'm just using the other side to match. Who's loving this DSP? Are you crazy about it like I am? I've used it so much. I've used it with the donkey stamp set. That's a fun stamp set, isn't it? Yeah, I've got a bit of glue on that. Bring in the glue eraser. Awesome too. Alright, there we go. So that's the second card done. How quick are these cards, guys? We are flying through them. Hope you are enjoying this. And you can see the benefit of these nice layouts and these cute layouts and the cute stamp sets and things like that. Okay, next one we are doing is a beautiful, another fun fold card. Just popping back. How are you going? Enjoying it? Any questions? Say hi. If you're just popping in, or if you've got any questions as to the products I'm using, any dimensions questions, anything like that, don't understand what I'm talking about, let me know and I can explain, or I'll try to explain the best I can. Alright, so this is our next card. It's a cute little fancy fold. And I've just got my measurements for you. We're going to need our trimmer. So I'm going to show you how to cut this and everything like that. So That's how that opens, and that's the inside. I have used an old olive card base. Bring that down so you can see that. So an old olive card base cut at the 10.5 mark and scored at 14.8. I have got a piece of Whisper Basic White in the center there. 2 pieces of Designer Series paper at 10.1 by 4.4. 2 labels from the Hippo dies. And some scrap for my flowers. Okay. The stamp set is the strawberry stamp set. And we will need the punch as well for this. The first things we will get to is cutting this up. Cutting up card base up. I'm going to cut 5 centimeters off the bottom of the card. So this is your card front. Cut 5 centimeters from the bottom. I'll just bring that down so you can see it better. Drag that down a bit so you can see. So that's 5 centimeters down. We're going to save that piece. We're going to need that. Then I'm going to bring my score mark, which is the halfway of the card, to the 5 centimeter mark and cut off. So that's the center portion. For this card, I don't need that. So then this bit which I've cut at the bottom and that bit should marry up. Okay. Let's glue this to that. So we'll just glue the bits we can get rid of for the moment. In this stamp set, there's some flowers. I'm just using this flower. Now it does have an outline, so if you wanted to further enhance the look, you can do the outline, but I haven't. I just kept it simple. And I'm using blushing bright. I'm picking up on that color in there, which you can see, just for a change from the brighter colors in there. So this is a bit of scrap, so a bit aside. So I'm going to stamp 3 flowers in there. And let's see how that. First, I'm going to check how this is going to. How that's going. Just making sure, because you've got to stamp it in the correct angle so that your punch can reach. You're working when I do use the strawberry, you'll know what I mean. Well, you already know that, but sometimes it's good to show. And also, one more thing to remember when you do punching, leave yourself some extra room on your cardstock to grab. If you don't, you just use a piece of my voice is gone. Some a post-it note. but if you do leave a bit extra, it's good. Alright, then now the next thing I will do is grab a bit of green paper. Sorry, just bear with me, which I didn't do earlier, as I rip some good paper off because I need a bit more space for my blending. So I have not cleaned this blending brush because I used it with blushing red yesterday. And I'm going to add color to my big label. What I want is, sometimes when I want a lighter shade, I don't want the blushing bright as cardstock. You can use blushing bright cardstock, but sometimes I find the actual cardstock might be way too heavy in color for what I want. So I find using a blending tool or a blending brush or a sponge over to add color just gives me a lighter shade of what I want, and then that works better for me to give a subtle hint of color. So these blending brushes are awesome. I've got a couple of sets now. So you start off out from off the page. So it's adding that nice hint of color. It's nice lighter look and it's what you would call, I guess, an opaque or translucent look. And then you can add depth to it and then get that ombre effect. During celebration, there's no limit to what you can get in it with your orders. So if you decide to order $180 of product, you can get 2 free products. So if you order 270, you can get 3 free products. So there's no limit. While I've got the blending tool and the blending brush and the blushing brand, I'm also going to add some shading on the inside of the card just to give it some color, and I think it just makes it really nice. So I'm just picking the smoother side, just where I've cut, where the trimmer just gives it a bit of a lip, which you can get rid of, and I've just give you that tip. You can get rid of that, but to save me doing all that, I'll just use the smoother side. I just love this effect. The blending brushes are awesome. They're so soft and they give a beautiful effect. If you run out of a particular color of cardstock, just add some color with your inks and blending tools. It's really nice. Now for a bit of interest on the inside of the card. Excuse me while I get that done. Put away a stamp which I had before, and I'm just going to use the same clear block. Clear blocks can be used over and over again. They're not just for one stamp set. So they're an investment which can be used over and over again. If you buy a starter kit, say if you're brand new to stamping, you might like to add clear blocks in your starter kit, because in your starter kit you only pay $169, but you get to choose $235 worth of products, so that's good value. Plus you get, during celebration, another $100 worth of designer series paper. So that's Granny Apple Green, and I'm just adding this stamp. Like this in math, which I didn't use, but now for this, you can see I've added a bit of a stamp at the back as well, and this is good to do. Always good to add some interesting background images. And I love, just stamping is really fun and gives you quick and quick results. That's what I find with actual simple stamping. It gives you quick results. So that was Granny Apple Green, and then I will add a sentiment in Garden Green. So a deeper green to stand out against that lighter green. So as you can see, all those picked up on a lot of those greens within that designer series paper, and by doing that, it just helps me with my color coordination. Couple of dimensionals on that. You could step this up further if you wanted to by coloring those leaves. Do you like that effect that that background gives? I really like that subtle color. Now to add our flowers. I was hoping I'd find those flowers the other day. I stamped all these strawberries, assembled them with their little stamens and everything like that. Think I could find them. I searched and searched and searched, and I thought, okay, that's it. I'm giving up on the project. Walked away. Next day I can't. There they are. I don't know right where I looked, but I couldn't find them. I don't know what I was doing. Obviously, I needed to sleep. Okay. So then I'm going to add these flowers. I've just added mini dimensionals. These are little ones. And we'll just add, they don't necessarily match where I'm adding them, but it doesn't matter. It looks like they weren't meant to be there, and then we'll add our pearls at the end. Next thing is we have to just sit this there. That's the bottom piece, which I'm just bringing and just placing there in with my imaginary glue. So we're just testing it out, and then I'm going to, this is not straight, is it? Does that drive you mad? And yes, it's ripping, but that's okay. No one can see that. Sometimes this is what I do. I cut it, and then I stick it again. And then I put glue where it was. So another 2 dimensionals. That's better. It was just slightly off. Alright, so then we'll just stick that there. And it's very fine line. It's very close. So I just add a little bit of glue there, and a little bit of glue there. And we'll first place it. Make sure that's dead straight, because this little label is what's going to hold it together. I will go back in and add more glue, but I just first want to make sure it's placed. Let that be for now. And I will add some of these purple rounds. Aren't they pretty? Just sort of pick up on the colors around it because it's got that nice like, mother of pearl, not quite mother of pearl, but it's just got that iridescent look to it. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that this has a nice amount of glue. So, if I had a bigger label, I could have made sure that there was plenty of space. But I had a smaller label, so I just had to be a bit more cautious. I'm just adding a little bit more glue, and then that will stick for good. I've got a cute little card. Add that background there. My preferred glue is the liquid glue. What do you think of that card? Do you like it? I like the blending brushes, and I'd actually like the pink in this. Just it picked up a different set of colors of that paper because generally it's done in Poppy Parade, and I just preferred just a different shade for a change, I should say. Not necessarily preferred, but just something nice for a change. So that's a little simple fun fold and quick to do. You can jazz it up a bit extra, more ribbon, more bling, die cuts, whatever you like, but that's just a basic fun fold. Using a strawberry builder punch. So not instead of strawberries, using the flowers in that punch set. And now for our final card. It wouldn't be a strawberry class without strawberries, would it? So here we go, guys. We've got a strawberry card. Have a check it out, and I'll just clean up my stamps so I don't get myself in a mess. Well, a bigger mess than I normally get myself into. Generally, I'm not like a bright person, but I quite like. It's just nice. It all works together. This is like doing the dishes, isn't it? Cleaning up. It's got to be done. Cooking's easy. Cleaning up's hard. If you don't do it straight away, it's out of control. So I've got a bit of embossing on this card. And for it, it's on Poppy Parade. A strip of cardstock for the strawberries. And that's all punched out, so that's fantastic. We've got a Poppy Parade cardstock, a piece of DSP for our background, a Tasteful Labels die cut, which I cut out, the two pieces of one's a card, it packaged as cardstock cut at 9x6 or 6x9 centimeters, and DSP at 6x9 centimeters. Piece of cardstock for the inside, and an envelope. So what we will need now is our outline of the strawberry in the inside. the stem or the leaves. And I was doing this upside down. I didn't realize. And it looked fine upside down. I just did it hidden. I was doing it in this way, like sitting behind the strawberry. So I saw someone do it the other way. Oh well, we learn. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is emboss this. And I'll bring in the embossing machine again so you can see what I'm doing. I'm in embossing machine. And I'm using the Meadow Moments embossing folder. It's got cute little butterflies and flowers. Nice to go with our garden of strawberries. Now the number 1 and number 3 matte. Number 1 and number 3, yes. See, I've got to see. It does tell you. Then just place your cardstock inside the embossing folder, and here it says for standard embossing folders, which this is. It's not one of our thicker ones. And you do a 1 and a 3. And it goes through really well. Simple. So easy. Let me get this beautiful pattern on it. So let's glue this together first, and then we'll do our strawberries. So this is the back of that other lovely paper we used on the previous card. Thanks, Joy. You like that other card with the fun fold? Sorry, I'm just getting comments through here and there, so it's getting them a little bit late. So let's just put 4. I might put one in the center just to hold it a bit better, because I'm going to put the next layer on. Now I've got a sentiment going in the center as well, so always good to have it nice and so it doesn't sag in the middle. So that's your base ready to go. So all we need is our strawberries. Now let's see. So remember, just this is what I check. They go. They're going upside down. So stamp them upside down. I'm saying that for myself because I do them wrong. Poppy Parade will go with it. In my piercing mat. Let's go. You do have to remember with this particular stamp or with this particular punch, you have to give a bit of a gap. I'll tell you why. Oh, that little piece of paper is very nice. Okay, get it. Right, okay. Now, when you do this, see that flower? If you have the strawberry too close, it's going to punch out your strawberry. So just leave a little bit of a gap. Because I've done that. So I'm doing 4. I only need 2, but I'm doing 1 for the inside of my card and 1 for my envelope all at once. Then this is the fill image. It's a distinctive stamp, so it has like that photographic image look. I could have done better with that stamping, but I like that it has that light. That's what it is. That shading is the distinctive stamp. See, I stamped better when I didn't think about it. So you got a leaf as well. This other leaf, which I didn't use today. You can use that too. Let's do another one. I don't like that one. Because something must have been stuck on that. Didn't stand properly. That doesn't stand properly. I reckon there's like a fine, yeah, or something. I really hate it. Sometimes have you got dimensional backing stuck on them, and you get this shape of the dimensional on it. You go, ugh. So we have got 4 strawberries. I'll try not to lose them today. Then I'll bring in garden green, and we'll do some little leaves. Overkill on paper, but I just grabbed this first. Let's check how this goes in. Yeah, that way. So again, this has the outline and the filling. I might do that one again. I'm being quite quick and just not thinking. I'll do a couple here, so I don't have to cut that cardstock. Get my head over it this time. Right, so then, and again. Then you do have to cut it because I have got a bigger piece of cardstock. And it's tricky. I might just go like that. It's easy if you have a strip. If you haven't used our punches before, they have a locking mechanism, and that's what that is for. If you're wondering what that is, for easy storage. So you store it like that, and you can see what the punch is, and then you unlock it by lifting it there. Did I do this wrong? Of course I did. No, I didn't. Okay, the heat's getting to me, right? What are you guys doing today? Did you get much crafting done this weekend? Okay, I've got 4 leaves. Make sure I've got 4. 1, 2. So you get all these little bits and pieces, which you're gonna get rid of. 4. And that day I lost all the strawberries, and then I did extra leaves and I lost them as well. It's not going well that day. Okay, so easiest way with this leaf, or I don't know, if there's a technical term for this. I am by no means a gardener, so this leaf is what it is for me. Just glue dot. They're cute after the strawberries. I like it. Remember I had a set a few years back with the mini. They're cute too. The mini punches. I'll bring in back the card, and I will stamp our sentiment. And I've just taken the Just For You, which is our little sentiment here. Just a teeny tiny one. I'd really appreciate this if you think someone else should see it, if you could please share it. That's really valued for me by you taking the time. I value you watching it, I value you sharing it. This video, sharing it on YouTube, it all helps me in my business and in making connections and sharing our joy of crafting as well, so that other people can enjoy, because it really is helpful. It has helped me through some times when I've just really had no impetus to do anything and just been a bit sad. And I had some that happened to me 6 weeks ago, where I was just really low. It just helped me, made me do stuff, and made me even the simplest creations, but it just helped me. So it was good. It's a good hobby or business, however you want to put. I just moved the camera with my head. It's a good hobby or business, however you want to take it, but it's helpful. Now this is just a basic white cardstock, but I'm just going to add one of the strawberries inside as my little decoration piece. and one for the envelope just to tie it all in. You can put some DSP at the back as well if you wanted to, on the front. So many ways. I've shown you a few ways to decorate the insides of your cards and envelopes. Many ways just to jazz it up. And let's put some of our cute little pearls on it. Not pearls, yeah, opal rounds. So that's this last card we've done. I think that's probably the brightest one we've done today, isn't it? So that's that one. Let's go recap on our cards. We did that one. And our little fancy fold, which opened up like that, and we did some blending. Excuse me, stretching over the camera. We did that one where we colored our ribbon with a sponge dauber and did some layering of our labels. And we did another fancy fold to start with. So just get that in on the camera. Which opens up like this. That was the one I did on the camera though. I did some stamping and that was the one I did for you. So let's look at that one. I did a different one here. This one. This one had some stamping just to make it a bit prettier on the inside. And so a couple of little fancy folds. We've used up all our different papers just so you can see a variety. And so to place an order, you can do it online. The host code is up here, and that's my shop, so you can shop online. Any orders over $50, you will get everything you need except the stamped images to make all these cards. And I will post that out to you. Any orders of $100 will receive the opal rounds, which I've used in this class today. Once your order reaches $90, you are going to get a free celebration stamp set as well, or a celebration product, so whatever the free product is. If you want these products which I've used, this designer series paper or this extra stamp set, the Berry Blessing stamp set, that is free with a $180 purchase. If you have any queries about what I have shared with you today, please contact me. I will be happy to help you, or if you want to place an order, you don't have to do it online, you can call me and I'm happy to place that order for you. So the special runs up till the end of Tuesday night, so you have time to select your products and order until Tuesday night. If you would like to join my team is called the Gifted Stars. There's a story behind that. I would love to have you on my team. I have lots of perks on that team and lots of creative challenges and recognition for taking part and for participating in challenges and participating for bettering yourself within the team. So lots of fun in our team. Please inquire with me about that. So I'll have the products I've used on this class up in this group. If anyone wants to join, they can. I will just add them in once they request to join. So thanks everyone for spending this afternoon with me. I do appreciate your time. I'll see you next time. I have a workshop. I'll be having this monthly. In the meantime, you can hop on my page, Stamping Flair, to see more regular projects weekly or during the week. Thank you. Bye.